Frost Giant is an Exodus team of developers from Blizzard that have struck out on their own to start making their own RTS called Stormgate. Stormgate will have their reveal on 11th of June with gameplay shown for the very first time. And now, here on my stream on the 9th of June, we're going to be showing the world premiere unveiling in public of a new unit that people have not seen before yet. It is the unit called the Atlas. I have a video play here of the unit, and we can try to discuss what kind of role it might have. Then we're going to be having a description of the unit, and we have some key art assets as well. So let's check it out. Here it is. I have not checked this out yet on purpose, so I'm seeing it for the first time with you guys. So there's two modes. It looks like it has two turret modes, essentially. Turret 1 is this anti-air Gatling gun. Yeah, it looks like a tower defense unit. And then with... Wait, how did its posture change? Okay, it is more sedentary here. Oh, this is its walking mode. They don't have it walking in the hangar here, but I think this is its walking mode. If you look at the posture of the feet. So there's the turret mode, presumably, and then the walking mode. Yeah, the sound is pretty good. I like the sound. Cool. Okay. Let's check out some key art as well. And I have a description for you guys as we rifle through some of those arts. So they receive the two modes as well. Concept art. Wait. Oh. They have different guns. I don't know if that's for skins, like the mortar here and the long range howitzer. And the cauldron cannonball here. I guess these are different iterations for how they were going to be making it look. When I played Stormgate in a secret pre-alpha a couple of weeks and months ago, I was kind of impressed by the mechanics of the game. I don't know what I expected because, I know it's ex-Blizzard, which, used to stand for something good, even if nowadays Blizzard doesn't quite have the same reputation as before. But... hopeful, but it's really hard to make a new game. And I'm trying not to get hyped out of my mind for games anymore, so I'm trying to look at things realistically. But I got a hands-on chance to play Stormgate, and the first thing I did was to test out the mechanics. How do units move? How do surrounds work? How do body blocks work? How does pathfinding work? And I just tested the hell out of it by making units block each other, seeing how they behave. And the engine, which is based on, I believe, Unreal Engine 5, or built within Unreal Engine 5, has a lot of the intelligence of StarCraft 2. Maybe not quite there yet, but it was a work in progress. But it also has a little bit more body block ability, like in Warcraft 3, that I felt like was lost in StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 units are so fast and agile that they're able to wrap around and do automatic surrounds like that, together with the large game speed. But in Stormgate I was able to do body blocks and slow units down, though I still felt like it would be nice to be able to do it a little bit more. Now that is of course seen through the lens of me being a Warcraft 3 player and liking that kind of mechanic, where you can body block people and exert extra control through micro. But I also recognize that that may not necessarily be the right call forward when it comes to tantalizing the casual player, who may find some of that stuff just a little bit too finicky. Still, I believe in order for esports, which is a part of what they want to achieve as well, in order for esports to pop off, there needs to be enough skill expression at the high level, otherwise it'll just feel like you're watching the same players over and over, whether they're very no-life skillful or just a regular Joe that is playing casually. Skill expression through micro is important. Because eventually a game gets found out to such a degree that all the build orders will be hashed out, all the strategies will be hashed out, just like they are in StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3, and you'll need to be able to express your skill either through decision making in a game that has many different objectives, or through your microcontrol, how you control your units. StarCraft 2 doesn't have a lot of different objectives. It's just a very fast-paced game where there's a very short time to kill. So you can harass each other's workers and you can kill each other's units and kill each other's bases. But Stormgate, in the version that I played, and I believe that will also make it to market, has a bunch of different objectives, like creep camps. Even if they don't have exact iterations of heroes, there might be unique units in the game, but not heroes like Warcraft 3 knows them in the multiplayer aspect. They're reserving the hero aspect for the campaign and for cooperative multiplayer play, where you will have heroes, where you can grow a character, grow attached to a character, see it grow and so on, just like in StarCraft 2 Co-op Commander. Most important question, does the game have a map editor or will it have in the future? That is indeed a very important question. And they're here, but I don't know if they're going to answer it. I don't know the answer to it. Yeah, I think the art design is pretty good. What's important in the end is that when you have a top-down view, that you can recognize easily via the silhouette every unit being distinguishable and unique from another. Reforged actually brought in some pretty good art despite outsourcing it to a Malaysian studio. But once you got to the top-down view from higher up, you couldn't tell many units apart. Ghouls versus skeletons was tough to tell apart, and peasants from militia was tough to tell apart. And a lot of the creeps lost visibility as well. So I think that's going to be an important one for Stormgate. And I think they know that importance as well. When I played with a couple of shooting units from the Vanguard faction, I don't remember what they were called, I liked the ability to stutter step with them. And the attack sound and the attack feeling felt right. The mechanics felt right and responsive. And just to put that in perspective, yes, we will have a map editor, says Frost Giant. Right. Just to put it in perspective, when I played Age of Empires 4, that I played for like 7 months, I grinded it hard. For all that I think Age of Empires 4 is a lovely game, and even competitively somewhat viable, right? Age of Empires 4 doesn't feel right under the hood upon release in the engine. We loved Age of Empires 4 despite of its flaws in the engine. We loved it because of the music, the opportunity, the newness, the aim to be a competitive RTS, the joy of discovery and so on. But the engine didn't feel right. It has been made better, but it's still not quite right. And I believe this one will be better. And I'm not just saying that because they're in the Twitch chat. Oh no, I'm on YouTube. I'm not just saying that because they're in the YouTube chat now. But they still have a lot to prove and build in order to finish it off. So let me read out a little description about what the Atlas unit is and what we can expect from it and from them. So the Atlas unit has 2 modes. It normally fires direct shots with its turret. The turret tracks nearby enemies in the internal build that they have right now, which is going to be more recent than the PC gaming show footage that is going to be shown. When it's deployed, its legs spread out. I will do it because you don't have the image. When it's deployed, its legs spread out and clamp into the ground for stability. While deployed, its BFG can be set to fire artillery rounds at a target on the ground to deny areas, ramps, etc. The projectile is slow enough that it may be dodged if you're paying attention. The Purification Ordnance upgrades makes those artillery strikes leave behind a fiery area that will burn any hot units that pass through it. The Atlas can be picked up and dropped off while deployed. Picked up and dropped off, which is actually a tip-off that there's going to be an air unit that can serve as a transportation in the part. Too early to go into much more detail, like how many seconds the fire stays on the ground, etc., as that is likely going to be changed. You're going to be seeing the unit in battle in the gameplay reveal footage on the 11th of June, but we're not going to spoil any other gameplay ahead of that date just yet. After the 11th, we can set up Q&A and chat with developers, etc. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section or in the chat, and maybe I can get an interview with some Stormgate developers. So that's pretty cool. That's it. That's the Atlas unit. It leaves behind a fiery area that burns any units that pass through it. So it feels more of a sustained damage zoning unit than the burst damage that the Liberator in StarCraft has and the Siege Tank in StarCraft. If that's true, I like it. I think sustained poke damage to zone for an area is better than the instant kill blow up that StarCraft has a lot, like Widow Mine, Reaver, though I'm kind of a fan of Reaver because it can miss. So there's RNG, I like RNG. Widow Mine, Disruptor, Siege Tank, and Liberator. They're all pretty badass when it comes to blowing you up instantly. I like a bit longer time to kill than StarCraft, though perhaps shorter than Warcraft 3. Warcraft 3 time to kill is very slow, and that only works with heroes and with the mechanics and the micro that are possible in Warcraft 3. If that's not possible, then there needs to be, of course, quicker time to kill, though not as fast-paced as SE2 perhaps. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to sub to the Grub for more gaming news and mostly gameplay, like cheesy Warcraft 3 gameplay and so on. See you next. Sub to the Grub. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Okay, bye.